Posted this on yesterday. FDA vaccine advisors disappointed. I don't know why they got them in quotations and angry. Those two words. That early data about new COVID-19 booster shot wasn't presented for review last year. And it goes on to say some vaccine advisors to the federal government say they are disappointed and angry that government scientists and the pharmaceutical company Moderna didn't present a set of infection data on the company's new COVID-19 booster during a meeting last year when the advisors discussed whether the shot should be authorized and made available to the public. That data suggested the possibility that the updated booster might not be any more effective at preventing COVID-19 infections than the original shots. The data was early and had many limitations, but several advisors told CNN that they were concerned about a lack of transparency. U.S. taxpayers spent nearly $5 billion on the new booster, which has been given to more than 48.2 million people in the U.S. I was angry to find out that there was data that was relevant to our decision that we didn't get to see, said Dr. Paul Offit, a member of the Vaccines and Related Biological Products Advisory Committee, a group of external advisors that helps the FDA make vaccine decisions. Decisions that are made for the public have to be made based on all available information, not just some information, but all information. At a meeting of this FDA advisory group in June and a meeting in September of a panel that advises the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the experts were presented with reams of information indicating that the new vaccine worked better than the one already on shelves, according to the view of videos and transcripts of those meetings and slide presentations made by Moderna, CDC, and FDA officials. They're trying to take the heat off of Pfizer. Y'all are just as bad. That data called immunogenicity, y'all, I don't know how to say that word. I know it's got something to do with your immune data, was based on blood work done on study participants to assess how well each vaccine elicited antibodies that fight off the Omicron strand of the virus that causes COVID-19. That data was not presented to the experts looked at actual infections who caught COVID-19 and who did not. It found that 1.9% of the study participants who received the original booster became infected. Among those who got the updated bivalent vaccine, the one that scientists hoped would work better, a higher percentage, 3.2%, became infected. Both versions of the shot were found to be safe. This infection data was far from complete. The number of study subjects who became infected was very small, and both the patients and the researchers were aware of who was getting the original shot and who was getting the new booster. Despite these imperfections, the data was included in a preprint study that was posted online on June, again in September in an FDA document, and then later that month in a top medical journal. And advisors to the FDA and the CDC said the data should have been shared with them too. It's not a group of children. We understand how to interpret these results, said Dr. Eric Rubin, a member of the FDA Vaccine Advisory Committee. The 6 FDA and CDC advisors interviewed by CNN said that this infection data wouldn't have changed how they voted because the data had such limitations, but it still should have been presented to them. So you're meaning to tell me that you still was going to vote for something that's pretty much is not guaranteed to keep them from catching Omicron, whatever the goddamn thing is called. I digress. There should always be full transparency, said Dr. Arnold Monto, a professor of and y'all know what it is, of the University of Michigan School of Public Health and acting chair of the FDA Advisors Group. These data should not be dismissed. They are early, but they indicate that we need to look at them and see what their value is. Dr. Pablo Sanchez, a member of the CDC panel called the Advisory Committee on Immunization Practices, said that if the data was looked at as part of the study, it should have been presented to the advisors prior to their decision. I tell you, these flip-flopping situations. The FDA and the CDC convened their advisory board meeting and make presentations to the advisors. At last year's meetings, Moderna executives made presentations as well. The advisors then made their recommendations to the agencies, and the agencies decided whether to authorize the shots and recommend them to the public. Moderna spokesperson Christopher Riley said in an email to CNN that the company shared the infection data with the FDA and posted the study manuscript before the agency panel meeting in June in response to requests that we share an update from the ongoing study. That study preprint was posted on June 25th, 3 days before the FDA advisors met. And y'all can continue to read on. This is some bull. They are given and administering things that they have not fully taken in consideration of what it can't do for people. They need to stop it. Oh my God. So I'm not posting them on TikTok because they keep hitting me with violations. I'm in TikTok jail for live until January the 19th. So that's at 10:30 a.m. I'll be released from that, and I'll try to go back live. But if I get over 1,000 followers over here, then I can start going live over here instead of over there, because the TikToks get on my nerves. I'm trying to stay in TikTok, but y'all, they working my nerves.